Hey everybody, RiceEP coming at you again today, and today I'm coming to you with some information that just launched on MMO's website. That's MMO-CHampion, of course. We have the Legion launch guide, and for anyone who is coming back to play Legion who has not previously played in the last probably 4 to 6 weeks, you've missed the demonic invasion, so you've missed your free opportunity at actually leveling your characters if you needed it. Just to test things out, I actually made a Pandaren monk. Oh, no. Sorry. I made a Pandaren rogue, not a monk. I have enough of those. And this was 3 days ago. I went from level 1 to 14 in about 2 hours-ish. Wasn't really pushing it too hard. Once I hit, I actually only did the invasions and did a little trick that they're doing to where you do stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Make sure that you're tagging everything that you can possibly tag. Get as much experience as you can. And then try to follow around and tag the bosses when they're killing the bosses in stage 3. After stage 3, you log out, log back in, and it puts you back into stage 1. I am officially level 100 as of last night. I spent 22 hours to get from level 1 to level 100. And that is pretty good. I know that there's some people who have beat that record and things like that, but for me, that's actually very good. So the experience, you're going to miss out on it because by the time this video goes live, you're only going to have, as you can see on the screen, right here, 16 hours left. That's for anyone in the US. Anyone who's in, it looks like Australia or the EU, you guys are going to have 7 hours left until Legion drops live for you. So just to kind of go over some stuff, this is a wonderful Legion launch guide that MMO-CHampion has put together, and I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little peek at it in case you haven't seen it so you can go check it out yourself. So we go down here and we get into the bullet points. They're going to say now's a good time to install your Legion plugin for Handy Notes if you haven't done that already, or if you even use Handy Notes. So this is a fantastic reminder that if you don't use Handy Notes, try it. Give it a try. You'll find a lot of little treasures and this and that all around. It's really great. It worked really, really well in Warlords. Then also, regular or mythic dungeons will be open after the weekly dungeon reset timer. So that means it's going to be 11 a.m. Eastern or 8 a.m. Pacific. So as soon as that happens, you're going to be able to go into the regular and mythic dungeons for the new expansion. Now, keep in mind, everything in the dungeons and all of these areas but one in Suramar, all of these areas are going to be accustomed to your level. So there are no proficiencies needed. Your item level does not have any kind of impact on what you can or cannot run anymore. BGs will be open, obviously. You can PvP as well. Being that we are a PvP site. But, you know, to get to level 110, I understand that everyone is going to have to PvE or go around and level. So, that's why I wanted to bring this to you. They suggest that you can grab an Empowered Ring of the Kirin Tor. So this gives you 1,000 stamina, 655 critical strike, and 1,100 mastery, and teleports the user to Dalaran. 30-minute cooldown. Now, for this, it's actually going to cost you can use it at level 101, but it's going to cost you 250,000 gold. Right there. So if you've got the gold to spend and you don't mind spending it, go for it. Spend the gold for it. Free teleport to Dalaran. Be sure to get your Reigns of the Azure Water Strider, and this would be from, this is the one from Pandaria. So if you've done all of the questing and all of your rep with the anglers, go pick this up. I can 100% guarantee that this is a mount that is worth it. It costs 5,000 gold. It is worth it. It walks on water. It's not limited to the zone to which you bought it in, unlike most of the toys are now. And, yeah, pick that up, because that could be very, very helpful to walk over and get around situations where you can avoid mobs. Put together the parts for the Rock Feather Skyhorn Kite. Reduces your falling speed for 60 seconds, only usable in Broken Isle. So you definitely want to do this when you're on High Mountain, as it states. If you fall, if you jump, you could probably get around a lot, and I'm guessing it works a lot like the Goblin Glider. Or if you're an engineer, you've already got that covered. or if you have Goblin Glider kits, you've got that covered. You can pick up other artifact weapons for your class at 102 in your order hall. So, as soon as we hit 100 and we start getting into the game here, you're going to be able to pick your artifact weapon up. And once you hit 102, you can then go get your off-spec weapon for whatever off-spec you want to play this expansion. Maybe you just want to play one. That's fine. If you are solid and you know that one is going to be fine, just play with one. You don't have to play an off-spec. But if you want the flexibility to be able to kind of go in and out of tanking or DPS or heals and DPS or tanking and healing, whatever you want to do, or even 2 DPS specs, I suppose, if you're a rogue or a hunter, you know, something like that, then you can have the flexibility to do that. Also, keep up with your order hall quests while leveling as you get the item level 810 helm that is part of your order hall set. So you need to make sure that we do this. Also, what's not coming this week? Mythic dungeons and raids aren't opening just yet. So I'm not sure why they put the regular mythic dungeons will be open. I'm not sure why they put that up there. So, allowing time for people to level up and gear up. As always, you're not going to get the raids or the dungeons as soon as this drops. There is a buffer period between where that comes out and where the expansion drops and opens. The Emerald Nightmare raid won't be open and available until Tuesday, September 20th. Now, today is the 29th, so we have about 4 weeks, little under 4 weeks, for this to actually come out. And that's for normal and heroic. The Nighthold won't be open until early 2017. Mythic Dungeons won't be available until Mythic Keystones begin dropping on Tuesday, September 20th. So you can't do any of the Mythic Dungeons. You can do the normal and heroic probably, but you're not able to do Mythic until September 20th when they start dropping these Keystones. The new PvP season doesn't start until Tuesday, September 20th, which this is the first time they've ever done this. Usually on an opening, they don't announce when the PvP is actually going to start for season-wise. So this is kind of nice. You can start earning honor and unlocking honor talents at launch, though. So if you kind of want to get a leg up on people and you want to get ahead of the curve and not wait until Tuesday the 20th, you can level with your honor points that you're going to get and all of your honor abilities at level 110 that will unlock. But you do have to hit level 110 first. So, I mean, you can go in and do all the battlegrounds that you want to between level 100 and 110, but your PvP tree that you have specifically does not unlock until you are 110. Then once you start going in to do battlegrounds, you're able to unlock your talents and your places. And if you'd like to, you can then begin to prestige as well. Just a quick recap here. They're going to have a 7.0.3 recap, so if you want to go there, head on over to the website at MMO-CHampion.com and click on this to see the recap. They also do have your artifact weapons here. They've got the models to which you'll be using or can have, and they also have got a lot of information about artifact knowledge, artifact power, your relics, different models that they're available, and an artifact calculator as well. So if you want to kind of pre-plan out the path that you want to take, you can do that. Also, for order halls, we've got all the information 100% on all of the order halls and order hall armor sets. That is a mouthful. Head on over again to MMO-CHampion.com and you can find this. There is also a list of legendary items. Now, these legendary items are mostly specific to the class and spec, with your loot spec determining which legendary can drop for you. So, if you're playing a character and you're, say, I play Monk. So, if you're a Mistweaver Monk and you're looking for something that's going to be Brewmaster Monk, you need to make sure that you have your loot, when it drops, that it's set to Brewmaster and not Mistweaver or current spec that I'm in. Not sure why somebody would play one and get something for the other one, but it's there. So just make sure just check up on that. Also, there is no way to get a specific legendary item. They are a random drop. It is 100% random. You can also only equip one legendary at the time of the start of the expansion. The limit will increase when time goes on throughout the expansion. Each class order hall talent that shows equips a legendary item for a slot for a second. Some level of bad luck streak protection applies to these legendary items. So the level of bad luck streak, what that is actually talking about is if you go on and you kill 500 monsters and you get 0 legendary drops, your increase for your luck counter does increase, so maybe you might get a legendary sooner than later. The longer that you go, the higher your percentage chance is going to be to see a legendary to finally drop for you. So this isn't like old WoW to where it could be a 2% drop and it doesn't matter what you do, it's going to be a 2% drop. Some mounts are still under 1% in instances, in case. So we have class guides. These are provided by Icy Veins. So if you do want to read up on this, also another alternate source for this would be great, is the alpha/beta forums on battle.net, or even your class forums on battle.net. Have a lot of useful information where people have been playing the beta or been playing the alpha, kind of know their way around and are giving their opinion on what you should or should not play. Ask Mr. Robot updates. The new site is launching when Legion goes live, midnight August 30th, and it will initially support stat weights for single target fights with more options coming soon. The simulator can help you figure out the optimal artifact path for your fights you are interested in, and in the near future your character profile page will show an estimate of the DPS you should be able to do. You can play with the simulator now using the help page. If needed, there are some helpful tips on their blog that can be found in the link. We also do have world bosses. Legion does have few of the 11 world bosses up at the time at the world quest associated with each boss. So some of the hidden artifact appearances drop these bosses, or from these bosses. So you definitely, if you're interested in the artifact appearances and things like that, go check this out. Also, we've got the Legion dungeons that will, is that word? Dungeons. Not dungeons, dungeons. The Legion dungeons. So keep in mind that the Archway of the Court of Stars will only be available as mythic dungeons, unlocked midway through the Suramar quest line. So just keep in mind that that is the case with that. We have world quests. We have mounts that you can procure, including the $2 million gold ugly spider that I never will be buying because I have arachnophobia. We've got professions, we've got factions, new currencies, PvP changes. This is what I can stress to everybody here. These changes happened back 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. It's been about a month now. And if you have not been in the game and you are not 100% sure about what has changed, go check this out, please. I'll give you a little peek on what this is here. Basically, they're saying, what is honor and what is prestige, your items and stats, how those will affect going forward. We've got PvP seasons. We also have marks of honor, which those are new. Then we also have the link to the developer Q&A. This is actually where Holinka sat down with Lore, and they discussed PvP after they released all the new information. Here's your honor talents calculator. Huge, very important to plan this out. So to understand what you're going to be looking at and where your choices might lie. We have earning gear in PvP, a little blurb about that. Then we have the new achievements that will be in PvP. So there's a list of those there. So 100%, go and check that out if you can, especially if you've not been around. That's a very, very important thing to check out. We've got armor sets if you want to see what your tier armor sets look like for 2.19. WoW database add-on data collecting. We've got updated add-ons for Curse. Curse is changing soon as well, if you had not heard. We talked about that on the podcast a few weeks ago. And they also have some Dark Legacy comics. So, definitely go and give this guy a gander. Come give the page a look over and see exactly what you don't know. Because there might be some stuff that you can catch up on that could be very, very vital to your leveling. So that's really it. I just wanted to contact the community here and let you guys know what was going on. If you need to get in contact, if you have questions for us about PvP, you can send your emails to victorsanctum@gmail.com, or you can even give us a phone call if you'd like us to answer it live on the show. And our phone number you can reach us at to leave a voicemail is 513-258-2915. You can ask questions if you'd like on Twitter, and that's at victorsanctum. Or, come join us live when we're actually recording the show. We do broadcast on Twitch occasionally, not all the time, depending what time we record. And that's at twitch.tv/victorsanctum. So, thanks very much for checking the video out. I appreciate it. Hopefully this was useful to somebody. Because I know there's a lot of players that are coming back that haven't played, in some cases, almost 4 expansions. So that's a long time to come back and not really know all the changes. But the positive thing about that is things have changed so much character class-wise that you have to relearn anyway. So it's not like you've missed out on a lot of stuff because they've just remashed everything and tried to make it more streamlined and more pruning of talents and things like that. So thanks very much for checking the video out again, and hope to see you in the World of WarCraft. I play on Airy Peak. I will probably be on my Monk Suri. And if you see me, give me a holler. Till next time, have a great one, guys.